It's tricky, isn't it? Because, you know, hey, look, I'm no senator or congressman, clearly, and I've made so many mistakes in my life, I've lost count. And in one of those mistakes, I remember someone saying to me, Katie, look, you know they're after you. Why give them an open goal? And I think that's exactly what we'd say here. I love Ted Cruz. I mean, I cheerlead for him any day of the week. It's just that whole open goal thing, isn't it? It's not just that he went away. It's not that the optics were bad. It's that he went somewhere hot and sunny at a time when people are so frozen they can't even, defrost their pipes, or their dogs are frozen stuck to the porch. So the optics are horrible. And what's more painful to watch is AOC and Beta O'Rourke just absolutely capitalizing on this left, right, and center. They've raised $2 million already. Beta's there doing his wellness calls to over 500,000 people. And now we're going to get AOC rocking up in Houston next week. It's just the capitalizing on this misfortune that's it's going to be cost, I think, Ted Cruz very dearly.
Yeah, I really love your soccer analogy. He literally left the goal wide open, and anyone can kick the ball through when you leave under circumstances like this. I think he's going to learn his lesson to be more careful from now on when he does something that gets into the spotlight. There's nobody in the spotlight more worldwide probably than your queen. And she seems in her last old years as ruler of the British Empire to be getting stern and firm with the family. What's happening?
So true. I mean, in brief, and many people will have seen the Meghan Harry announcement of the second pregnancy. The image people will recognize is them lying under the tree, looking up at the tree, announcing this pregnancy. And then straight after that, announcing a no holds barred interview with Oprah. Oprah's been sucking up to Meghan Markle and Harry, promoting her ridiculous vegan coffee brand or whatever. Now she's got this interview, and that was it. The final straw for the Queen. And despite being 90 whatever years old, despite Prince Philip being back in hospital and very ill indeed, the Queen comes straight out and said, that's it, enough. We are done with you altogether. She stripped them of their royal patronages, and they are gone. They are done with. And I have to say, there are just moments where that woman is just still so amazing. We can reflect on the 17-year-old Queen saying that she'll dedicate her life to this country no matter what. And boy, oh boy, has she done that. And I do love it when she sort of pulls a firm line, because those two need telling. And finally, we've got rid of them. And I say good riddance.
She literally fired them out of their jobs.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, yeah. And you know what, Harry, one of the things he was desperate to hang on to was that uniform, turning up with his medals, being, part of the Royal Marines still. He was desperate to hang on to that. She said, no more, you're gone. And what sort of sums it up really nicely is the retort from Meghan and Harry saying, we are all in service all of our lives. Anybody can be of service. We are all universally at service. Just a really sort of nasty little end point to a very nasty episode in the royal family's history.
I'm glad we don't have a royal family, but in this case, I side with your queen.
Yes, good. Thank you, Barry.
You came up with a great line for what's going on in the UK regarding COVID. You called it no jab, no job. Are you being serious that you're going to have the vaccine and be able to prove it, or your work history is going to be possibly restricted?
Oh, absolutely. And it remains the law that you cannot make a vaccine mandatory in the UK. That's the law. But they're bringing it in, of course, by the back door. We've discussed this before with our ATP family, this idea you're going to need a vaccination to travel, where they're going to make it in the UK. If you don't have a jab, you lose your job. They're going to make it, there's going to be case law that shows it's a reasonable management request that you have the jab. And this very well-known, very popular firm of plumbers, so a sort of plumbing firm that's very well known, they are their new contracts that they are issuing to new employees are, you have to have the vaccination to have a job. So that's how they're going to make it mandatory here in the UK. No jab.
We will make America great again.